Oh, they didn't have on red shirts, but they had on red shirts. NERDSoul. LeIllKid at OneYoungsta, hold it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, we're coming with another wonderful episode of On Screen. And this week, we're pushing some things aside. We'll get to it on Dropping Jewels, but we're talking about episode 3 of Star Trek Discovery. So, like I said before, this is spoilers, episode 1, 2. This is an after show where we're just talking about what I liked, what I thought was weird, what was interesting, good, bad, whatever. So, just in case you haven't seen the episode, you might want to back away and then come back. But if you have seen the episode, let's get it going. With Captain Lorca, he's an interesting character. He's someone who I straight up don't trust, and I feel that he's going to get his crew. I feel that he's going to get himself. I feel that he's going to get a lot of people in trouble, put them in hurt, harm, and danger, put them in danger's way, get them killed, whatever. He's a dude that is very excited that war is going on right now. And I know when you're dealing with the Federation, you probably have different types of people. You got people that are like, hey, I just want to, search and discover and, be an adventurer. You probably got people that are like, I'm super duper science man. But Captain Lorca is very interesting because I feel like he got swept up into the Federation when dude is truly a soldier, and he's definitely willing to do whatever he can, whatever he wants to get what he wants, and I think that's a problem. Now with Michael in this joint, we pick up 6 months, of course, after the episodes 1 and 2. She's getting shipped around, shipped to the new prison or whatever, and she's just going to live out her life. It's interesting to see how she sees herself. Of course, she wants to punish herself, but I think she wants to punish herself to the detriment of herself, if that makes any sense. Like, even if it's not in her best interest, like for survival, just being alive, she's like, look, I'd just rather be dead. I want to be punished. I want to continue to punish myself. She's like literally like whipping herself because of what happened. Now, I understand, she was involved in a mutiny that probably went way wrong when it comes to the Federation standards. But I do think that you have to kind of move forward. I'm not saying do not regard what happened, forget what happened, act like everything's okay, but you can't keep replaying that over in your mind, because it's going to drive her crazy or drive her into being almost a mute, because the girl barely talks to anyone. But you can see that even though she's not talking, she also ain't playing, because that prison fight, or that cafeteria fight, if you will, homegirl has some skills. But skills aside, and I'm gonna get back to the skills, I like how they build up this tension, they build up this attitude around Michael, where it's like nobody is feeling her. Like, it's complete disdain, everybody hates her. And she's handling it well, or as well as you could, I guess you could say. Commander Landry, when we first meet her, she's calling them like animals or pieces of trash and all kinds of stuff. Homegirl is just straight demeaning to all of the prisoners that come off of that ship that they end up saving. But I think that it's almost to the point where they feel good about it, which is weird. Now, speaking of being weird, there's something going on with this ship. Because when you look at the Discovery, they're walking through the different prisoners and they're like, what's a black badge? I've never seen one of those before. These, gray shirts or silver shirts. Also, the black alert is going off. There's a whole bunch of weird things happening on this ship, and nobody's really talking about it until Michael gets involved. And I think Michael is problematic to herself in this situation, because homegirl like steals her roommate's breath to break into engineering. And now, of course, they've been lying to Michael the whole time, but it's not her business to know, man. See, that's what got you in trouble in the first place. You always doing what you're not supposed to be. First, you're giving the Vulcan move to your captain, and then they mess up, the whole ship gone. And now you stealing breath. That's what's wrong. That's why you in jail now. Keep on playing and you're gonna get your butt right back in jail. But even though she breaks the rules, homegirl is mad talented. And like stories like this, there's always that person that's so talented, got so much skills, and they consider them semi-expendable that they're gonna send them into a mission. And the mission that they go on is very interesting for this episode. The reason I say this is because you have this episode that's kind of like about someone who's just trying to serve their time. They're kind of beating themselves up over something. Everyone else is hating them, and they're just trying to like get through the day. And then all of a sudden the episode, just like this, flips to a horror episode or a horror movie. And I like how it's shot, and I think it's done well. Like, they go to the ship, and you can tell just by the lighting, everything's broken. They see in these dead bodies, and these dead bodies aren't like, this is kind of like some mangled stuff. This is like some alien type crap. And I think it works, man. I think this is the shining point of this, or the shining star, I guess you could say, of this episode. Because once we get to the ship, I'm like, whoa, this is different. This is interesting. And then, right, and it's funny because when the ship lands, or when the ship docks on I think the Glen, I think the USS Glen or whatever, they're playing this music where it's like, oh, somebody gonna die. Which brings me back to Michael's skills. You know, they sent her on this mission halfway because she's expendable, but the other half because Saru said, like, or First Officer Saru, because the homie done blew up. I mean, you know, he done glowed up on this, but, you know, Saru is like, yo, look, homegirl is the smartest officer I've ever worked with. She has her issues, but the homegirl is smart. So they send her. When she gets there, you can see that she's invaluable, because even though there's this weird alien that they've built, and I'll get back to that with Captain Lorca, she is pretty cool and calm under pressure. You know, it's like they got to go retrieve some stuff. You know, it's the video game right now. You go in there, you get the stuff, extract it, get back. So while they're extracting and everything, and these bodies are weird, there's blood everywhere, it's crazy, strange stuff, she kind of holds it together to a certain extent. Even with this big, weird alien, it looks like it came out of Doom, but I was happy with it, man. I thought this went well. I think the way the Federation is characterized on this ship, to let you know that this ship is into some different stuff. I like how that's characterized. I like how Michael is characterized. And I like how the horror tripped into this episode a little bit. So now back to the captain. Straight up, this guy needs to be stopped, because you can see that even when he speaks about stuff, he's like, oh, this is wartime, so I can do what I want. And you gotta be worried about those people, because those people that are like happy that war is happening so they can get like more powers and a little more leeway, you gotta worry about those guys. And even the stuff that he's working on, like the organic propulsion. Now, I'm no science man. I ain't going front. But I assume using organic threads and fibers that bind the universe together to travel on could be problematic and at least dangerous. I mean, at least extremely dangerous. I mean, how do we know that we're not going to get caught in some pocket or something like that? Like, you can't just do what you want in space, man. Space it's still like, I don't know, hyper connected to like everything. You can't just be playing around with little spores and molecules and bubbles and stuff. That stuff has real implications. So man, that's where I'm gonna leave it. I enjoyed this episode. The horror part really kicked in well for me. I like where Michael's going. I think that, you know, she is gonna have to figure out how to deal with her pain. Captain Lorca, I wanna see what happens to him. I don't trust that guy, and I don't think you should trust him either. But we'll see, because I'm surprised someone like him has been paired with someone like Saru. I don't see them gelling, and I don't know why they would gel. But I mean, I guess if this is your station, you know, I don't know how the Federation works. If they send you over there to work over there, you can't be like, nah, I don't want to do it. You just gotta go. So anyway, guys, holla at me. I'ma holla at you. Down in the comments, let me know what you thought about episode 3 of Star Trek Discovery. Don't trust Captain. Michael, she need to get over herself. And that girl with the red hair, she need to stop annoying me, because she just got problems, and she ain't never gonna be no captain. She can forget about that. So anyway, before I bounce, I gotta tell you to hit up thatnerdsoul.com. That's right, check me out right there. All my videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget to get one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There's no better way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And trust me, if there's a captain that is way too hyped and excited about war, you got a problem on your hands. Peace.